you sure this is where you put all of your Warhammer stuff?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Do it slowly. Slow. Open it. You first.
Aw, hey little guy. What are you doing in here?
Little guy? What are you talking about? Why does this always happen to me? Alright. Allow me to preface this. Let me start off this review by saying that while I have always had an affinity and an interest in tabletop games, specifically, well, not really Warhammer, but that's what the title's talking about because I want to drag in more views. Doing a sexy fella, yeah. Hey, maybe I should put up the screenshot as like a hot woman who's like bikini is barely covering her big titties to see if I can get more views. Anyway, so I always enjoyed tabletop games, and for a specific reason, but I've never been able to really get into them. Haven't had the time, haven't had the drive, and also they're a little alienating. I've always been, I'm just going to be repeating myself a little bit of all the weird rants that I've had for anyone who's been unfortunate enough to catch every single one of them in all my episodes. I've always been into, like, different parts of underground cultures, some of which are nerdy, I guess, and some of which aren't, and I never did it because I thought it was cool and hipster and angsty. Damn it, my leg was all... Shut up! When wasn't as good as Rosen speaking? I probably really just offended that one German fan that I have, Mr. Patrick Risch. Right. Oh, I'm sorry. No, that's not. Ayn Rand was awesome. No, she wasn't. Yeah, okay. God, I'm in so much trouble now. Okay, so, I was never into anything to, like, look cool or angsty or against the man. And I feel like a lot of people get labeled that for some weird reason. I was once told by some people that, like, the only reason I act the way that I do and dress the way that I do is because I want to get attention from the mainstream and seem cool because I'm a rebel, and I was like, no, it's just better. I mean, like, for example, it's not okay to walk around in America really usually wearing, like, you know, Indian attire, but I work with a lot of Indian people, and I've studied a lot of their culture and have respect for it, and well, one day, this woman that I worked with almost every day, but she finally transferred to a private pharmacy. She was a pharmacist who said, she just, out of nowhere, said, you know, when my daughter finally gets married, I want to bring all of you, I'm going to buy you all plane tickets, and you're all going to come over to India to have the wedding. And it's like, I just told her, I said, if you do that, because in Indian weddings, all the women dress up and get decorated in that, like, weird facial, you know, stuff that, like, you know, the beads and shit that they glue onto them. And I said, if you do that, I'm going to wear the bracelets, I'm going to not shave for like a month, I'm going to wear the turban with the hair comb and carry a karpan, a dagger. The Sikhs believe in the teaching of the 10th Guru, and that, you know, the dagger symbolizes the truth with which you can cut through untruth, and obviously being such a bladehead that I am, that fucking kicks ass. But anyway, my point is that I wouldn't do that to be against the man, just because you can't really do that in America without, specifically in my area, without getting hung, and it wouldn't seem like really appropriate here, but if I had the chance to do a when in Rome, do as the Romans kind of do thing, yeah, I'd probably do that. So I like to investigate every culture of the world. It really gives the world flavor. But one of the problems that I've always had with... Well, first off, I've only ever been into certain aspects of tabletop gaming that I've only ever been able to kind of get through to. I love going to their stores. I love going into, not really so much the Warhammer store. I go to a place called Games and Comics and stuff in Glen Burnie. It's like in the heart of this part of Glen Burnie that really looks cool and almost like urban-esque. Kind of like a New Eastern city or something like Northeastern city. Like something out of Maine, I don't know. So, but one of the things, well, first off, it's pretty obvious that, I don't know if you would count this as a game. It's not, it is a tabletop game by definition, but cards, I've always been very into and collected cards. That is the bicycle Rugen deck. Very nice. I study cardistry and all that, but more than that, has been dice. Yeah, so this right here is like a little Cthulhu shrine. I don't know if you can see that, but this actually came for a Cthulhu game or tabletop game that I didn't want to get into, for the reason that I don't like the fact that people have popularized Cthulhu. I'll probably like knock all these out of the way, but people have like popularized Cthulhu and they did not do it in a way that was respectful to H.P. Lovecraft's work, and I've read all the works of H.P. Lovecraft and adore the man. Well, I don't really adore him because he was kind of dark and racist and bitter. That's why his Jewish wife left him. Really weird that he was racist but married a Jew. Okay. So, but I have love and collecting of these 20-sided or multiple-sided die. This one here, where did I buy this? Oh yeah, I bought this when I went out on my first date with this chick I'm seeing now, and it marks a really good day. All the radio played, awesome songs. I actually bought this 1 week ago in Annapolis. It has, you can't really see it because the camera quality is so shitty, Arabic writing on it. I think it's Arabic spelling out the words 1 through 6 or whatever, or 1 through whatever. Bought this, got this at an anime convention. This is a cabot from Tenchi Muyo. I don't know. These are dragon and elfish dies that I got in Philadelphia. Road trip that I took with her to Philadelphia. These are some crown jewels. I'm really sorry. I swiped these from a party. These are not the same. These are actual non-bakelite plastic die. They're just modern, cheap. You can get these in any like dime store. They don't have dime stores anymore. What the fuck am I talking about? Dime store? I mean dollar store? Dropping everything. But yeah, they were just using this for a party game, and I kind of swiped them on accident. Dude, I was really, really drunk, okay? And I just like put these in my pocket, not thinking about it. But they do match up perfectly and can be easily swapped out with these slightly smaller bakelite antique loaded dice. We have a 6 right here, a 1, and another 6. Okay, so they're loaded. But look at the difference. Would you really notice the difference? This one is a little less dark, more limeish, less emerald. Why is my hand shaking? I swear to God, I've got Parkinson's. I've just been all day. So yeah, they really wouldn't be noticed the difference. And these, I think I got with Zach Wilde in Annapolis from Capital Comics. I just like them because they have Ouroboros, the dragon that eats its own tail. So, I had another one. Can't remember what I did with that. So yeah. 20-sided die. Multiple-sided die. Ds. Dice. I've always been fascinated with them. Really good bondling objects, really good worry stones. I love the different colors and patterns they come in. I really wish more craftsmanship would go into them. There are some places that sell like them in silver, made out of bone, made of, you know, like they've made round ones that are just oblonged. So fucking cool. And this was only part of what I was fascinated by when I first started learning about it. I think the first tabletop game that I ever heard of was Dungeons & Dragons, and I heard about it on like That 70s Show, asked my parents about it. I was about 10 or 12 at the time, and of course, my mom, God bless her, is this hardcore, you know, hippie Christian, meaning that she's not like this, you know, I hate Jews and blacks, not that I'm saying all Christians hate Jews and blacks. She's more liberal as a Christian. A lot of that belief can be seen shining through in like my way early work that I wish everyone would just forget that what I believe thing. But it's not going away unless I delete it. And I'm not going to talk about why I want to delete it now. Yeah. So, I asked about it and she was all like, oh, I'm pretty sure it has something to do with, you know, Satan worship, so don't go near that. And like years later, I started like learning about it. I'm like, this has nothing to do with Satan worship. But I just thought I had an immediate attraction to it. The reason why I think the tabletop games are a great idea is because they're a great way of adventure and entertainment that I think is very engrossing, rewarding for the player. The height of American adventure right now is finding out what happens on the next episode of Jersey Shore! Or, you know, stupid shit like that. I mean, and we're talking about intellectual adventure. If you really want real adventure, you know, you can go out and surf, go out to the coast and, you know, hit the waves, you can travel, you can see foreign cities, foreign countries. But I'm talking about in your head, you know what I mean? Or most people don't even read books anymore. Comic books, I think, are a good form. Certain animes and video games, especially if they're done right. But then again, video games are becoming derp, so I'm not even playing them anymore. I mean, I'll replay Bioshock a million times. God knows, you know. But anyway, so I always like tabletop games. I could not get into them for multiple reasons, which is one, they cost a shit ton. You have to invest a fuck ton in most of these games, specifically the ones including models. By the way, here's where I'm going to show you my brother's Warhammer collection. Seriously, get a sandwich, open up a Coca-Cola, smoke a fatty, take a beer, take a drink, you're going to fucking...
Sure you don't want to do a review about this?
The fuck? It's disgusting. Throw that away. What do I look like, the AVGN? Jesus. Alright. So, a while back, when my brother was doing electricity work, with some of his extra money that he was making, he started to get into tabletop games of different variety. These are very dusty and old relics from our past that have been stored in the deepest, darkest shadows. So if they look a little musty and old, there's a reason for that. So, alright, Steve, tell us what we're looking at here.
First off, got the, let's see, it looks like the Acadian tank.
The Canadians, yeah.
Whoop, this one's a little beat up. I had the turret off.
I remember that I
So you
painted
can-
this one.
Yep, you did.
It doesn't look like I did too good of a job.
Well, for first go, I guess.
I don't remember what AD stood for. I think armor defense. I was just picking random shit. I think I put like a number somewhere.
It just looks cool to bonus
45. There you go. So I figured they were 45, even though most likely they're probably like 60 billion caliber in their fucking weird universe.
Doesn't need to.
Blood everywhere though. I really like the blood effects on the guns.
Doesn't really need to mean anything. Just has to look cool.
Yeah. I guess these are some of the stands that I was gluing them to.
Some extra bases.
Oh shit.
Those are
This just looks like
That's a random.
random.
Trimmer. Oh yeah, that was a chaos. I think, basic unit force.
You can see like a random chainsaw here.
Yeah, you can. They're heavy into chain swords, as they call them.
Talk about Gears of War. Warhammer 40,000 thing.
Some startup, manuals.
That was the one thing about this, is that we did not have enough manuals to actually play the game.
Third-party Forge World catalog. You can get some nifty stuff in there.
Looks like a bunch of fucking tanks.
Older catalog though.
And like, okay, here you go. It says Warhammer 40,000 rules book.
I got the.
I love the material that it's made out of, and it looks like they actually designed it fairly well, despite the fact that it's in black and white. They could probably have printed it for less, but isn't it that we eventually figured out, nice picture, we eventually figured out that we didn't have enough explanation to actually play the fucking game. We tried to play a game once of Tau versus Space Marines.
We did, but I actually had an easier time understanding Stephen Hawking's A Brief History of Time. Easier than...
And this is from, we'll probably get to this in a little while. He was doing this before he did Warhammer.
My favorite, actually. I started off playing Battlefleet Gothic, and then the microsecond that I started playing it, the Warhammer stopped having the specialist games in the store, and then they said you have to get it off the internet.
We'll talk about this in a little while, but the Battlefleet Gothic, while I didn't think it was any more or less boring than the Warhammer, I like the design of the ships. It goes beyond Deco-punk and steampunk. It's like, well, ironically, it's like space Gothic. H.R. Geiger-esque, I suppose. We won't get into this to the very end, because as I'm told, this is the fucking treasure trove.
You pay. It's a lot of money for that plastic box.
Here's, actually, before we really get farther into this, he also did Halo HeroClix for a while. I don't know much about the HeroClix, just that it looks like it doesn't take as much skill to assemble them.
There is no assembling. There is no
assembling.
Somebody lost a head.
Fucking airsoft, baby. Don't know what that's about. Yeah, it looks like you got all kinds of... I don't even understand how to play this shit.
Brute.
You got Brute. Steven, how does this work?
Oh, actually, that's BattleTech there.
Oh, that was Mech Warrior.
Yeah, Mech Warrior.
Show them how it clicks and tell me what it
tell how it clicks. I'm trying to remember.
It's like fucking terrain.
I guess it's like... these are counters. Now I remember. These are counters.
So what, they just reflect damage taken?
Basically, yeah. Another mech.
These are kind of interesting because the same kind of models made of the same kind of material, but I don't know how much they cost, but I'm assuming, do these cost more or less than the...
I will say the HeroClix. Ooh. The HeroClix, I think, actually costed me less than the Warhammer, but that's only because where I bought them, they were mostly just trying to get rid of them. So you could buy a whole bunch of packs.
Okay. Yeah, so this looks like they don't have any problem with assembling. You can spend a shit ton on these fucking models and then end up painting them wrong or not very well. I am not the most dexterous person in the world. Also, the fact that they had to include glue. Fuck glue. I love Gundams because they are snapped the fuck together. So let me just kind of gather up There's some random Space Marines. So I like the fact that these came pre-painted and actually seem a little more durable, considering that I just dumped a random fucking box out. Although we do seem to have some free-floating parts, including a Needler. I love the Needler in the second game. I wish they had not come back in the
Actually, this is from my Halo action figure, I think.
Oh.
Some random stuff in there.
So anyway, so while we're talking about painting and everything, it looks like we managed to find in the room underneath the crawl space an old Stanley case. You can see how dirty it is. Randomly filled with, I don't know how you open this without...
This is my old art thing for the war. Not all of it.
Looks like you had a lot of steady equipment in there.
Like these. This was a official Warhammer paint, and this isn't. This is like this is for where you can mix paint.
Wow, this thing's hard.
Or you got like snake bite leather. Or yeah.
I think nice craft brushes here. This one actually is very.
What is this? Bolt gun metal. Pretty much gonna use this like crazy especially with Warhammer.
Over here looks like we get some rogue parts just for my
although not all of it is Warhammer. Not all of this is Warhammer stuff. Oh yeah, some spare. This was part of the Tau tank. This was before I put a whole tank together, and then you come to realize if you're gonna do this, get magnets, and then that way if you have a tank or a Gundam or whatever that has multiple choices, do you want like an anti-vehicle turret, or do you want an anti-personnel turret? Well, you get magnets, and then that way you can switch them out, between battles. I had to learn the hard way. Now I have a tank that's completely glued to anti-vehicle configuration.
So, now, time for some fun. We haven't even really opened these. These were sealed in the darkness in plastic bags, but I think this was the bulk.
Oh, those are open. Those are open. These are mostly...
Wait, no. Come on, dude. There's always a reason for a knife. I think I just stabbed myself in the fucking leg.
Ouch.
No, I'm good. But why does the cold steel Spada just flip up like that? It makes no goddamn sense. Yeah, la 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 yeah, yeah,
I'm gonna use that to open presents from now on.
Hell yeah, Pirates of Panzan.
Got some jungle treetop.
That was another thing that I really like about these stupid tabletop games is the terrain. When you see those in the store, they look so cool. There's one from the Battlefield Gothic.
Yeah, this one's desperately needs dusting off. The first time around, you probably
it was these ships.
Whoops, falling apart.
They look like they're inspired of 18th century locomotives mixed with what I don't know, but they look really awesome.
These I did not use.
Their detail is amazing.
I did not use a Warhammer paint on these ones, and then after the first first kit, I think, where they give you a Chaos fleet and a
random terrain piece.
Imperial Navy fleet. So I just went on.
And these are big and heavy and made of metal. Pewter or
that's the capital ship kind of.
How much do these things set you back a piece? Are they more expensive or less expensive?
It's what, believe it or not, this was when I first started out, so it's hard to remember. But that's what we stopped at games and comics and stuff, and we were just talking about we were even thinking about what was the name of that the one with the Nazis.
I don't know. I sent a picture of that to my friend who's really into World War II shit. And,
Nazis. It's like
got a semi-erection out of
that. Like a tabletop game where it's like an alternate universe.
Here's a copper fitting. I don't know why that's in there.
Don't know. This was my towel.
Dust. Okay, we have a random old remote control from the last television.
Wow.
Awesome. We really should have dusted this off. Is this is the Oblivion map, dude.
Wow.
Right? Vandafall, yep. Okay, so randomly there's just...
Well, welcome to,
Oblivion.
Oh, no, not Oblivion, Morrowind.
Morrowind.
Yeah.
No, that's not Morrowind.
Yeah, it's Morrowind.
Is this Morrowind?
Yeah, it's Morrowind. Map of
no, because it says Vandafall.
Yeah, Vardenfell.
I thought the continent was called Morrowind.
then Morrowind is a
Holy
little bit...
shit, this is almost in mint condition. This was from my copy of Morrowind, like the most badass game ever made, dude. I'm serious. Love that shit. Okay, so that was the Battle Fleet.
Technical
Dude,
difficulty.
don't ever touch the tripod. It's like the least professional thing ever.
Oops.
Okay, that is set in stone. Not really impressed with this weird, spaceship thing.
This was just supposed to be a space station.
There's a small one. Again, looks really interesting and detailed.
Little support vessel.
I'm not so big on
this one.
The red ones. The blue ones seem really cool.
Long story short,
Actually,
I kept on trying to re-glue the base onto this one. Actually, yeah, this. And as you can see, what I had to every time this one's so heavy, top heavy, it kept on breaking. So I had to keep on drilling out the hole and then re-gluing it. So it's really short and just break the last time. So I just didn't.
all right. So, shit, it has like our address on it. It was done. Okay, well, it's just with the contents of the box out.
Let's see.
Oh, and here's the map to Oblivion.
Is that the map of it?
Why do you have the maps in with the?
Is that another map of
Yeah, it's Oblivion.
province of Cyrodiil?
Okay. Random shit. Huh. Right. And a lighter.
A lighter. Yeah, it works.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Chaos Land Raider. Did I even finish putting this together?
Here's what I was working on. Here's the Canadians. Yeah,
The
Canadians. Space Canadians. That's what I thought they were calling them.
The Land Raider is one of those big ass motherfucking tanks. Oh, Dreadnought.
And you had to glue that on?
Yep.
How much did this set you back?
I'm trying to think. I could be wrong, like $20 to $30.
See, that's
I know. That's what
they
we're
charge
talking
so
about.
fucking much for just for licensing and
Magnets. I was going to, or sure, I should have got the. Ooh.
there you go. Magnets. What we were talking about earlier, so you can swap out your parts and not
Tech
waste
Priest.
them. The fuck? That thing
arms.
looks like a clusterfuck.
I know. This stuff fell apart. That and I don't know why at the time I was obsessed
Shit
with
is
red
this?
and I was obsessed with red and blue, and then as I look back, I'm like I painted them Spider-Man colors. Tyranid.
Classic.
Basically a ripoff of Alien.
Oh yeah, that whole Tyranid race, I was like, the fuck.
I put some sponge on there because I saw it somewhere where they said, "Oh, it looks like a fungal infection if you put some."
This is super dangerous because this is why I don't
Utility.
like utility knives, because what's this? Fully retracted and a bit of blade is sticking out. Oh, were you reaching into the box uncarefully? Goodbye fingers. You weren't fucking using those.
Some more paint.
Looks like magnetic.
More magnet tape. What is this? Is this? Ooh.
Oh,
Precision.
that looks like we could use that.
Precision
Actually.
screwdriver kit. Let's see. Oh yeah, this guy. This was one of the biggest pains in the asses to glue together because this is the base, or I mean, it's supposed to be in this, and it just kept on falling apart.
More paints.
Let's see.
Oh.
See, this is what I'm talking about right here. This is what I'm talking about right
Little
here.
decals.
This is where I kick myself, and I'm like, I should have used the magnets because if I put a magnet on here and here, I could switch his arm out.
And then change the troop.
Now,
or whatever.
not in the middle of battle. I don't think
That's like a legal game.
I don't think that you can't. But before the battle, you can shoot. Do I want short?
Shorter long range base attack. All right. So,
Another. Here's like instead of an
Apparently
arm,
these
I could have had.
these aren't Canadians. When I first heard about this in high school, I heard someone talking about Cadians in this thing. I was like, all right, Canadians. They fight in the future. I painted all these guys because I liked this the best. I identified it with the best. Whenever I played StarCraft, especially online, I got called a noob a lot because for some reason they thought Protoss was the best race ever and so hard to handle. I just like the fucking Terrans. I don't identify with space elves and shit. I like fucking people. This looks like more shit that was painted by
yeah. My Tau Force. The Tau were one of the reasons I think I got into Warhammer. I don't know. Paul just says they're space Asians.
Spasians. No, that's what you told me. I just picked up on the word Spasian.
That's what I.
Racism's funny. Alright, so I built these. The paint, I don't think I did too bad a job on, actually. I liked them because they reminded me a little bit of Space World War II. They were a bitch to glue on there, and I think I could easily just break this shit up if I wanted to. Never liked how you had to use glue, and it didn't seem sturdy enough. Gundams are way more robust than this. Cost not as much as this, and, well, anyway. I'm sure I'm pissing off all the Warhammer crowd. Yeah, there you go. Here's a gunner that just got detached in the box. Just by the box being there, it just got detached.
Where does it... Oh, yep, they're falling apart.
Wow, I painted way more Canadians than this, dude. I don't know where they all went.
All the legs have fallen off my,
This reminded me of
yes.
Civil Patrol from Half-Life.
Yes. Here's the turret. I have...
Where's Freeman?
Let's see, where's the... Should be some pods to that. Oh, here you go. So that way you can, like, turn them and stuff.
Oh, there you go. So this one actually has joints that move. This must have cost you a shit ton, because God knows making shit that moves in the Warhammer universe is damn next to impossible.
It's pewter. Well, there's part. No, it isn't actually.
You know what pewter is, little boy?
Or is it? No, this one's. Yeah. Well, there's parts of it there, and that's where like all the metal is.
And a random die. We don't have as many dies here. Oh, that's right. I forgot. So the coup de grace of all this, and God, this mess is shit. The coup de grace of all this, he kept in his Games Workshop box. I have no idea what's in this box. I never really...
My main Tau Battle Force.
Yeah, he really put a lot into the Tau, and I remember he just... The only reason he bought the damn Canadians was so that I would be able to fight his fucking Tau. Again, I don't really...
A lot of people, in the Warhammer community, they say that the Tau are too goody two-shoe for the Warhammer. I'm sort of
wow.
like...
No, whoa, this has still got a lot of good stuff. I remember I painted more Canadians. Wow, you put a lot of effort into, like, organizing
my Space Marines.
I forgot. Space Marines, well, you actually did... Oh, did I paint these, or did you?
I think I did.
Not bad.
Oh, yeah, special characters.
There he is with his chainsaw sword.
Let's see,
I'm Marcus Phoenix, and I'm a man. I got a chainsaw for a gun. A chainsaw!
I could be wrong, but I think this is like an example of one of those Forge World items, those third-party things, because this isn't a main line item. This is like one of the Tau Aircast.
What is an Aircast?
The Tau divide their society into 5 castes.
I don't care. I'm sorry. I thought when you said cast, I thought you meant like how they were forming it, like physically the item. I don't.
This guy's he's solid metal. Yeah.
There you go. Here's some of my handiwork. I don't paint the gun. Man, this looks like bad G.I. Joe painting. I'm serious. I really...
Ethereal.
Oh, shit!
Man down!
All I see is, get Freeman. Pick up that can. Okay, looks like we got some tools here for measuring...
Yeah.
Blast radius. And all that shit.
Here's some...
X-rays.
Accessory. Just like little thing... You know, terrain and things like that.
You never really got many terrain packs. The terrain fascinates me a bit.
Ooh, the Kroot. The Tau are like the worst as far as close combat, so they have
these
to
things
hire
pissed
these
me
guys.
off. The only time that I
gun
actually
drones
played these fucking gun drones really pissed me off because of their weird little flying ability.
They
oh look, it's the alien ripoff.
Yeah, the Tyranids. Let's see, more fire. Oh yeah, fire warriors. They suck in close quarters combat, but
Gene stealers. Okay, well first of all, you spelled Gene wrong.
That's not I wrote it. I wrote it you know,
phonetically.
Oh yeah, my Chaos guys.
Okay, this one doesn't even have a stand. I mean, I don't understand. This monster design sucks. Who the fuck made this race and was all like, we'll take something H.R. Geiger did and give it more arms?
I guess I didn't glue these guys to a base or something.
I wish I had this many arms while I was counting pills.
Let's see, is that it? That's it?
I know something. Joe Rarity is going to love this fucking video. Okay, so these are all made out of metal.
No, or is it just this? Oh, no, this guy's made out of metal.
No, these are... Oh.
This
one is too.
Oh, these aren't... This
hasn't been painted, apparently.
Yeah, these are servitors. They I don't know why they're with the
Chaos. The lighting is good. I don't think anyone can, like, see these fucking metal pieces.
I think I really tried my best to put not as much put these things...
What's together. An HD camera? I don't know.
Put these things together as much as, like, according to according to their army.
Okay, this guy looks like an Iron Maiden fan.
That's because he is chaos. They're space goths.
Eh. All right, so
Also, although I will say I've heard people say they're just misunderstood.
really, well, time to see if I can put the whole mountain away. Was I right? How drunk and high are you now? Woo! Anyway, so right, that was my brother's whole collection, and I sort of mentioned that the thing about these damn tabletop games like the Warhammer and the Lord of the Rings is that these small, like, poorly built little models, they're cool as shit to put together and paint and customize, and those landscaping, that's really what more I'm interested in. I love going to these Warhammer stores because of the landscaping. There's like little miniature trees and like miniature burnt, destroyed churches and all that shit, and that's just, all that's like really cool. What I'm really interested in now is one where a UFO crash landed during World War II in Nazi territory. The Nazis found the technology and started building hydraulic mechs out of it, and the Americans retro-engineered off of what they captured from the Nazis. Hence, World War II with demi-advanced ray gun gothic-esque, more deco-punk or diesel-punk technology. Diesel-punk is like the fucking cutting edge, if you ask me. All these wannabe, nerds who just jumped into politics are like, steampunk is so cool, I'm so awesome because I think that stuff is old, I don't know. And I'm like, no, you really don't know that. I think it's almost on the fading edge. I always liked diesel-punk slightly better, which is, it's hard to describe, it's just a little more darker and focuses more on the interbellum period in between World War I and World War II. So, yeah, but again, the little plastic crappy models of those, mechs are, the Nazi mechs are hard to put together, hard to paint. So you can, for me, I find I can easily make a mistake using glue or using paint and decals. The paint, not so much complain about the glue I am. And they cost about as much as an awesome Gundam model that you can put together that fucking moves and is already pre-painted for you. Case in point. Oh, fuck. Well, move my hat. Oh, don't let this fucking shit collapse on me. Case in point. About $40 right here. Now, it's been sitting up there for like a long-ass time, so the plastic is not really of a superior build. This plastic is pretty cheap. However, did not require any glue. Came pre-painted. Not that the customization option is a bad idea. Some Gundams do not come pre-painted. The decals were easy to apply, and it has fucking mechanics. Everything moves! That's awesome! And it's a giant fucking robot. I once asked my brother, if you like models so much, why don't you just put together model cars and Cadillacs and stuff, and he's like, because I like robots and aliens and shit. I'm like, actually, I understand, because I play Gundam. By the way, little hatch opens up for a chain gun to come out. $40. Again, I could spend $40 on this, which has moving parts, and I think I'm about to break this damn thing. Oh, there it goes. Gotta be careful, this has been up on my shelf for like a long time. There's like little rubber pieces right here in between the pauldron joints. Looks bad. Jetpack comes off. So yeah, but this illustrates my point. Oh, did it break? Oh, did all these pieces shatter? Do you need glue to put it back together? Oh no, it just snaps on like that. Okay, that's cool. So either that, or you can spend $40 on a piece of pewter that is easily break the stand, hard to put together. You have to paint it yourself. It's smaller, which some people might think it's cool. But at the end of the day, you're paying more money for what I consider less product. No moving parts, easy to break, all that jazz. Now, I'm not really talking about Dungeons & Dragons with this shit. I would prefer Dungeons & Dragons, obviously, because it's more about your imagination. But, yeah, so that's one of the reasons I couldn't get into it. The second reason, it's fucking cult-like. Now, a lot of Games Workshops have changed, and I think they kind of have a more friendly atmosphere, but the places that I've been going, that I go to, like games and comics and stuff, by the way, I'm talking about you on the internet, be afraid, I'm talking about you. It's very cult-like. It's like the underground culture that, you can't get into that easily because there's a little bit of alienation, I think, associated with it. So, example, just lost my train of thought completely. Alienating. Oh, if you want to get into any subculture, there's a way to do it. If you want to know about anime, go to an anime convention, or just start talking to people, or just watch the Anime Network. Watch some anime on the internet. You want to get into awesome music, go to a head shop that's selling, records and shit like that, and just walk up to the storekeep. What is it? What am I, 20th century England? Oh, shopkeep! walk up to the, you know, the guy, anyone there, and just say, hey man, what's good music? And then just watch the guy go, oh man, have you heard of like Radiohead? Have you listened to Brandon Band? He'll go on for like 20 fucking minutes, and then you can just go download that for free on the internet. I mean, buy it. Purchase it legally. Support your local record shop. So yeah, a lot of video games, easy, just, video games are now too damn ubiquitous, you don't gotta ask anybody about anything. It's just like it's in your face. Go buy Call of Battlefield 9! No, I won't. So there's that. Getting into like something like Warhammer, oh god, it just seems so cultish. You know, I mean, I've been like talked down to, berated at these fucking places. I remember once, I think I told this story a while ago. No, you know, I already told this story, but I guess I can tell it again. I had a cowboy hat. Oh my god, a gambler hat. Well, that cowboy hat actually. Oh lord, lordy me. Why did I try to wear this ever? My face is too round and small for this fucker. But regardless, I actually walked in like this. Now, there was a guy there who runs the place who has tattoos and piercings, engaged ears, and a bone through his nose. There was a chick with, like, purple-blue neon hair, and some Cheetos-stained Magic the Gathering player takes a look over at me and says, look at you, man, where do you come from, Texas or something? And I'm like, oh, I get it. This is not like the Otakon. They're nerds, but they still give a fuck, and they're still catty and assholes. So, you know, it's like, and then I just went like, oh yeah, well your ironic gaming tee you got from Hot Topic is all the rage. Hey, fatty, how's it going? Oh, that's mean. But anyway. So, yeah. I was trying it. The point is, at least I tried. I wasn't trying to be like different, to be like against the man. I just want the world to be interesting. I wish the whole world was fucking interesting and had interesting things to talk about and say. I wish that there was like, you know, steampunk, you know, motorcyclists with like sidecars that have like 18 like fucking headlamps all the time driving around. I wish people would wear like bright kimonos when they're walking, like suits and like space helmets and shit. That's not high. That's just fucking interesting. People should try to be interesting in an era where we have this much goddamn technology. Not everything has to be iPod gray or black or, you know, white. Seriously. Same gray suit. So, actually, great way to end a vid. Probably gonna end up breaking this damn thing. Shh.